What's going on, YouTube world? Now, after my recent crash that landed me in the hospital for 3 days, punctured lung, collapsed lung, people close to me have been asking me, Dusty, when is it? When is it time to give it up? When are you gonna stop risking your life riding your bike? Now, if you know me, then you know I've had my fair share of injuries. I've broken over 24 bones, been in the hospital more times than I can count, and have more concussions than I should have and still be doing this. But before we get into if I'm gonna continue riding, this question really made me think about why other people quit riding. So let's talk about the three main reasons I see over and over again that people quit mountain biking. Wow, would you look at that view? Not bad. So the first reason I find people leave mountain biking often is the sheer cost of mountain bikes. Not only does it cost several thousands of dollars to really get into the sport, that's before you calculate shoes, helmets, other protective gear, GoPros. It's just an expensive sport. I mean, if we think about it, you're gonna go through 2 sets of tires a season. That's probably around $400 for the year. Think about a shock service for the year. There's another 400 for the both. So now we're at 800. And then say we need some actual like gear adjustments. We need our brake split. You're definitely over $1,000 just in some maintenance for the year. Now, for some people, it might be worth it. So you can go see views like this whenever you want. So if you have a family, I can understand why shelling out a couple $1,000s every season to maintain your hobby might not be what life has in store for you. Saving for college for a kid, having to buy a car for your kid. So cost being a big reason, I completely understand. Now, reason 2. This second reason people quit mountain biking is probably the most common reason we have people leave the sport, and that's injury. But there's a big class of these people that I feel like we could keep in the sport, but it's our newer and intermediate riders that are often getting hurt because they're not honest with themselves about their riding ability, and they ride above their skill level and then get hurt, hitting big jumps when they're still not clearing the smaller tabletops, riding off tall drops when we still haven't mastered the basics of drops yet, riding steep terrain when our brake control and body bike movement isn't up to par. Now, I understand when you see people hitting big features, you want to join in the fun. Trust me, I've been there. But you really have to ask yourself 3 questions before you go ahead and get gnarly. And you have to answer them honestly. The first one is, do you have the actual skill to complete the task you're going to attempt? The second one is, can you see it happening in your head? Can you see yourself completing this trick, this line, this drop, what have you? Now, if you have the ability or you believe you actually have the skill, you can see it happening in your head, you can go through all the body movements in your head. The next one is just committing fully, right? And I think that's where people kind of maybe get these 3 twisted around. They'll go, okay, I can kind of see it in my head. I'm going to fully commit. And maybe I don't have all the skills, but the commitment is going to get me there. And I'll tell you, sometimes commitment will get you there, but not having the actual skill is going to come around to bite you hard in the end. And no one wants to really leave the sport, have to sell their bikes so they can pay off medical debt,
so they can appease their wives, because you know what? We all have to go to work on Monday and we all have bills to pay. Even myself, as a content creator for mountain biking, when I was just recently hurt, that really set me back. I've got a huge medical bill that I have to pay, and I don't make a lot of money being a content creator.
This third reason that people are leaving this sport is honestly because of bad vibes. Now, this can either happen at your local trail system, or it can happen at, the mountain bike park. And it's our job as experienced riders, skilled riders, to really nurse in the new era of riders. And so if somebody gets in your way or asks a stupid question online about when can I help work on trails and can we fix this jump, don't jump down their throat with other stuff, blah, blah. Maybe they don't know how things work at your local trail system. Now, I know from my personal experience of a good friend of mine who literally quit mountain biking after riding for 4 to 5 years because the community at his local trail system in South Florida was just so unwelcoming to newer riders. Not necessarily him, but those were his home trails. And it's hard to be around people that just aren't your cup of tea or aren't friendly all the time. And so, yeah, he went and started to do another sport. Now, he does come out and ride with me, so maybe he hasn't quit completely, but he doesn't go ride at home anymore because of that community that surrounds his local trail system. So, moral of the story here, guys, is it doesn't matter if you just started riding, been riding for 20 years, trail boss, volunteer, whatever. Oh, great little skit out. We are all ambassadors of the sport, okay? Even if you're not an ambassador for a company, you're an ambassador of the sport. So be nice. So now that we've talked about why other people leave the sport, let's finish and we'll talk about me. Am I gonna quit mountain biking after my recent injury? Let's answer that question while we see how fast this bike can go down the hill. No brakes. Feet up. Whoa, God. Oh, man. We had to get up around 35. That turn was scary. So the answer is no, guys. We're not going to stop. We're going to continue making videos. We're still going to continue racing. We're actually going racing at the end of the month. But we still need help, honestly, catching up on some of our medical bills. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment. I'd like to know. And as always, like, share, subscribe. Now, if you want to help support the channel, please become a paid Patreon. Guys, I can't tell you how much they really make this content possible. YouTube's not helping me pay my medical bills. Oh, God, there's this jump now. Oh. And we're not a massive creator, so we're really hoping the community can kind of step in and help out. We've got a PayPal link and a Venmo link in there. As well, we've got some clinics coming up at Rattlesnake Bike Park. Stay tuned for announcements about them. It's going to be November 8th and 9th. I'll have tickets for sale probably the end of this week. So, be kind out there, guys. Don't be the reason someone doesn't come back to the trail. Don't ride above your limit. Whoa, wet roots. And yeah, rubber side down. We'll see you in the next one, boys and girls. Woo! Yes, what do you guys think about the AI glasses? They're only 1080p, but I mean, the software I'm using can kind of work with the choppy footage and make it look somewhat good. All right, we're out.